10. Get it there fast. Well done by Wiedering. Terrific work.
He's been good, actually. I know it's very early in the match, but he's one-on-ones with Lynch. He's been a match for him, hasn't he?
And then Murphy checks the kick to Paddy Dow. Brilliant. Shovels it back to Martin, who's been unbelievable. Stands up in the tackle to Murphy. Murphy. Nunes off a step. What about this? It goes through.
Nunes looks okay. He's bounced up, got a position. Murphy, the mongrel, it'll work. Martin on the double grabber.
Murphy.
Play on.
Aggressive kick is good to Cripps. Got first 7, then Carlton 4 on the trot before Petrarca answered.
Carlton, Marc Murphy. Marc Murphy, Carlton.
Oh, gee, he's turned his game around. Clever from Petrevski-Seton. Murphy, it opens up in front of him. Mackay staying down, he's laying. Eddie Beck streams into an open goal. Eddie kicks his first back at the Blues. They've got another one, Carlton.
So their rebound off half-back is fantastic, and the thing that's giving this Melbourne defence all sorts of problems.
Murphy sets it up, and Cripps drifting into the pack. Selwood and Cripps, the two balls collided. Pitternet to Murphy. Spears it, lace out to Eddie.
Gee, that's a perfect start. That's the sort of ball use you want. A couple of players getting over to Marc Pitternet. He got involved in the play, but he didn't panic. He realised the best option was just to shoot a hand pass to the waiting hands of Marc Murphy. Let the good kickers kick the footy.
And this was a great kick because he didn't try and break his rib cage. He just waited and let him run onto it. One of the star goal kickers of the competition through his entire career. Back in the games this season.
Hold the mark.
These are Dangerfield's running with Cripps, and I mean actually running with him, which is interesting.
Hold there.
Simpson. Murphy.
Hold the mark.
Great start for the Blues at the moment.
Well, they're maintaining possession, which is good. They're finding targets.
Crumbs it. Jack Stephen, a little fumble, dives back in, but he's in trouble unless he gets it out, which he did. Jack Stephen, handball not so good, turned it over. Cunningham, Gibbons, Murphy, kickable, needs to strike it well, struck it beautifully.
Clear.
2-0 start for the Blues. And 2 goals from clearances, one from the centre clearance at the start of the play, and this one from a forward stoppage, which Chris Scott would not be overly thrilled about. They had it, and they just coughed it up. Bit of first game nerves for Jack Stephen. And then it was really, you can't defend that sort of mistake. It just came off the inside of the fist, and the Blues just handball backwards, got the chain going. Marc Murphy on the end of it. Really, they won the tap, they headed straight to Stephen, so it was a hit out to disadvantage, it should have been, but the turnover with the handball was costly. Barney sees him. Eddie's got to be good here with the kick to Murphy. Oh. How good is that? Oh, that is as good as it gets.
That's one of the best kicks you will ever see on the left foot. That was brilliant.
But they just opened up the defence. The ball was up the ground, and on the rebound, on the charge, they found the open space, and it was on the back of an exceptional kick, as you both said. 271 games now, Marc Murphy. Experienced senior campaigner. And squeezes it in. And the Cats at home in a 35-point hole. Well, they did the right thing, the senior players. They got the ball out of the centre. They got it long into deep into their forward line. And then the Blues responded, got it back, and then there's a turnover. And on turnovers, they have been slaughtered tonight. Unfashionable turnovers. You can't defend them, particularly when you get space like that and pinpoint passes.
He's got to understand the quality of this kick. That's his opposite foot. There are 3 Geelong players, one to the right of the screen, who just couldn't get there. Murphy was sort of in the middle of them. He had to weigh that kick perfectly. Yep. No wonder they're excited. That is the perfect start again.
Here's Wiedering. So good to see that young man doing what we all expected he was going to be able to.
Murphy to
Gibson. And Murphy outside of the boot, clever.
long high balls in. It's hard to see them scoring at the moment.
Parrish coughed it up to Marc.
Langford's had that job.
Advantage.
Advantage is paid. Marc Murphy's going to take it. Former skip, that's a beautiful looking kick. Great vision, great execution, and Jack Martin. Gee, that's great vision by Murphy. Jack Martin kick 4, round 1 goal.
Gets mown down. Through comes Murphy. Well done.
Go in, you take it, mate.
There's Murphy again. Hacks it inside 50. Getting on the end of it, Levi Casbolt.
The committed contest at the stoppage, quick kick in front of Stringer, but then previously that body line.
Beautiful. Right through the middle.
Eight straight.
Jeez.
8 straight for the year. Quickly to the boot, Murphy. Casbolt playing in front. Need to see the other angle on that one.
Bruce. Lingy all over it. Gibbons out wide. Murphy. What are you expecting to see tonight, Lingy, between these sides? What sort of game do you think?
Well, I like what I've seen early from St Kilda. Even Jack Steele, when he got that free kick in the middle, fast movement, taking the game on. Intrigued to see the way that Carlton play it.
Just stumbles over his own feet. Trip paid, said the umpire, the advantage. And Murphy is away. That's a good-looking kick back inside.
That mark from the front was awesome, I felt. So Curnow, Blues have to respond. Murphy swings the hand.
Ground, solid as ever. Lynchy, a couple of good contested marks. Has it just dried up a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. The rain stopped about 15-20 minutes ago, and yeah, this drains very well.
Petrevski-Seton to McGovern.
Unless Levi has the courage to pull that kick inside.
Really sloppy man in your mark there by the Bulldogs. Nearly plucked that. Hits the deck. Brilliant turn by Smith. Turned out of trouble. Put Hunter under the hammer. It's inside with the kick. Vandermeer collides. Ball falls to Murphy. Feeds it to William. And took the mark. Petrevski-Seton with a bullet. Good hands. Brilliant collect by Murphy.
AFL. And he gets his opportunity today. Blues through Murphy, who passed the fitness test. Kicks to half forward. Bits! Martin, spread eagle, but got it out to Cripps and then to Murphy. And then wide to Gibbons. So still an aggressive frame of mind for the Blues. Petrevski-Seton, right as a pass. Burn-Jones, an obstacle. Turning aim on. Oh, he got clipped by his own teammate, and it's holding the ball. They tackle Murph. Thinks the umpire, well, he was given the latitude that was necessary. Higgins got it out of there, but so conditions okay, given how much rain there's been. Driving kick, Kennedy, who can take a mark up forward, and the North defensive coaches.
Forward would get there, and this bloke Kennedy just read it better than anyone else.
So now Kennedy has had his issues at times with his kicking, but that is perfect. And
Stop the boot. Well, what defenders typically do is you reference yourself off the key position players from the opposition. So, you know, Pitnet there.
Releasing to the outside where Simpson got the protection he needed from Murphy. Goes at it. Murphy and Pollock coming in hard off the wing. Murphy was still standing and eased away from the contest there.
Now taking a little bit of time. The ruck, Marc Murphy joins the great Anthony Koutafidis for games played, 7th all time. G back in there again. Murphy just slides that one down the line. Hearn's got good hands.
Usual high possession get 8. Knocked away by Jones. Kept alive back in the middle. Murphy. Murphy goes wide with a good-looking ball to Waltrip.
The fumble was good because it ended up with Cribb. The third gamer, Marc Murphy. That was really clever play. Got a sweeping little handball out wide to Murphy. He's tried hard. Marc Murphy, as always. Back to Murphy. Spotted a target out wide that he liked. And this is good from Carlton to Cunnings.
Area, Wiedering just bashes it onto the boot, but it's going to work for Carlton. Walked in. They reckon he's a beauty, Michael.
Chicken wing about it, that one. They're letting it go. Player down behind play. We'll get back to that in a moment. Marc Murphy's tackle.
Thanks for that, Abby. So Murphy over the top, goes so wide to Casbolt. Sure, he would have got the distance in Perth. I'll stop about that. And here's Noon. So
Anderson, Curnow, lovely weighted handball. Murphy, little bit of a fumble.
probably could have taken the mark. It's a hard night to do that, I know. Casbolt, Murphy had to search for it, improvised a bit. Good hands, Setterfield. Gibbons, talk about selling candy and kicking a beauty. Superb, wasn't it, Simpson? Martin, Murphy.
Murphy leading all possession getters on the ground tonight is Murphy. That's a ripper.
Desperate for the football, got his hands on it. Murphy, a little bit of support, but in the arms of Pendlebury and going nowhere.
Carlton,
Dangerous
Carlton
tackle.
Free kick. Carlton free kick. Marc, you've got the football. Marc, you got the football. Yep. Yeah, got you.
Dangerous tackle. He didn't have the football either when tackled. So a couple of greats for their respective clubs. Murphy might come unstuck. Roughhead in trouble. Taken to ground. Gibbons gets involved. Finally a whistle. Dropped the football through the legs of Pendlebury. Ended up with Murphy. Now to Nunes, who knows how to kick an important goal. Quick response.
Let's go quickly. A quick release. Perhaps a little bit of luck as well, but under some real Cornelio pressure. Now Murphy hovering there as well. That won't come out. Umpire may blow the whistle and give a free.
You drag the ball under.
He does against Kennedy. And we'll go to Marc Murphy.
I love that. You must knock it out. Most of the time, you've got zero opportunity to knock it out.
And for Cottrell, able to pick it up and shove it down the throat of McGovern.
That was pretty sloppy there by Himmelberg. He just
taken. Eddie went to ground. Handball over the top. Murphy. Cottrell. Now they've got some room to move the Blues. Murphy measures it inside 50. Harry Mackay inside 50. Big defensive fist. It comes to the back. Murphy's going to be gifted a goal. Marc Murphy gets the Blues fifth.
bangs it in. And look at the numbers there. Nothing a coach hates more than a ball getting over the back like that, particularly with the amount of numbers that they had back. And in a tight game where there's not many goals left in this game, the way it's been played.
The usual long sleeves to Murphy. Tries to spot to Conning. In fact, Mackay, did he mark it just inside? If the free kick's given away. But Paddy.
He's always the coal face. Carries a big load, Cribber.
Murphy. Kicks straight into Petrevski-Seton in the end. Ran out of room. Murphy sends it back the other way. He's got Mackay on a long lead.
Suggestion. He's left Casbolt, I think it was, having it long to out numbers. I'll do what Lynchy does. That maybe get Lynchy out to speak to him at half-time.
Umpire lets the boys go. Murphy to the top of the square. Mackay!
That's the one. Now, he was just quickest to read that.
Oh, plays on Jason. Hooks it round the corner. I hope he kicks this. He does. McGovern off his knees to Murphy. It's an aggressive bounce. Takes a second one in the space of 10 metres.
50. But it might not stay there long. Murphy goes back and gets it, though. Murphy. And just marked on the line. But comes at him. He had a ton of room. He goes to Murphy. He's got a ton of room, ton of time. Cribbs, the go-to man. Got it. Finally, some momentum. Carlton play.
It's an easy game sometimes, Jono, when you move the ball quickly and you have a little bit of dare. You take the worry out. Not worry about getting scored against because we're already getting belted. Let's just go. And the last two times they've attacked, they've gone through the middle or they've moved the ball quickly and they've
been a good ruck battle that. Sloan caught by Murphy and Eddie Betts.
A little one. Nunes, we know about his set shot kicking. He doesn't choose to do it. He picks out Murphy.
That was Carlton's first mark, so it just shows you how much pressure this Brisbane team puts on. Close down space. Don't allow uncontested marks to the opposition.
Speaking of loyal and fantastic stalwarts of the Carlton Footy Club, Marc Murphy. In game number 285, he steers it through.
That's pretty poor marking from the Brisbane Lions. Zach Bale's behind Murphy as he went to go past and then just totally forgot about him. You can't get in front of the ball, especially when it was a 50-50 contest. You've got to...
One to Marc. McStay comes sliding in and going back the other way. Curnow, who was tagging that man, Lockie Neal, and Marc Murphy came in, gave Matthew Kennedy back into the side. Sweep. Just trying to work their way through this zone the Lions have got. Well set up is no. It looked like Martin was manhandled, nothing doing. Marc Murphy off the ground. Mackay back in round 12 after the siren. Mitch Robinson only as far as Liam Jones.